Hello and welcome back to me throwing my shit into the void. I'm Josium Draws and welcome back to my channel. So I decided to design more quirks. I really like designing quirks, so I just started design more. And I thought I'd make a video, run through them and see if anybody likes them. So I'll just run through all these characters and just share my thoughts with you and let's, see if you like it. Right, so this first one, this goth-looking dude, his quirk is called Projection. Now, he might look a bit scary, but he's actually quite a nice guy. Projection allows him to touch other beings, and then project their memories through his blackened sclera. So, if he touched somebody, like if he touched Midoriya, he would be able to see his memories up to about a year, and then obviously that's the limit of his quirk. He can also see the memories of the dead, but only if the brain is still intact, because the nerves will still be able to show the memories, so his quirk will still be able to work. He can't see the memories of things like plants because plants don't have memories or anything that has such low intelligence that cannot form memories. Also, if it's something like a skeleton or if the brain is badly damaged, then he obviously can't project the memories because there's no memories because the brain is damaged. Um, but I like this guy. I think he's kind of cool. He's got his All Might tattoo, his loopy earrings, his kind of blackened sclera, and his mohawk and his shaved head, and the rings like his nose ring and his eyebrow ring. He looks scary, but I think he's quite a nice. I imagine him to be quite a nice guy. He would like work at a funeral home, and then he would like help prepare the bodies and stuff like that, and he would help grieving families by able to project the dead ones' memories, which I think is really really cool. And he's kind of super helpful and kind of like almost tsundere type, but I think that's really cool. So that's the quirk Projection. Next one is one of my favorite I've designed, which is steam powered. Now, this is the steam powered hero Revolution. And you see he's got like all this like black smoke and steam coming out of him. He's kind of unique, as you can see, with his steam whistle for a head. But I think this is really cool. Basically, he has water that's stored in his body, which is then converted into hot boiling steam that he can shoot out of his whistle-like head, and it does like the whole train whistle kind of, which I think is super cool. Um, he'll be able to use his steam-powered quirk to like power up his punches by generating them with steam, or shooting hot steam out of his like whistle end to kind of block off villains' path by obviously it's hot steam so you can't touch it although you get burned. So you can make it like a wide smoke screen or keep it really concentrated and like shoot a beam of kind of concentrated steam, like if you all the pressure that builds up in his body and all the pressure that would build up in a pipe and it goes which I think is really cool. So that's the steam-powered quirk and steam-powered hero Revolution. This next one is kind of simple. It's just tar quirk. Allows you to turn your body into tar. That's pretty much it. I imagine the user would be able to control the viscosity of their tar and make it more sticky, more hot or boiling, or um, and control when it hardens. Obviously, if it's exposed to oxygen, it'll harden, so they could use it as kind of like a protective shell, I guess, around the whole body. And this guy's a little bit more villainous, so maybe he's like some sort of like villain, and he's robbing a bank maybe, and he throws his tar on the floor, stopping police from chasing him and other civilians, and he's kind of got this like ripped tank top, and he's got like a mohawk, and he's got this weird kind of like angry glare. He's also wearing a mask because obviously all these toxic fumes that are coming off of his toxic body is you know, maybe he might doesn't want to breathe that in. If his body isn't fully tar, then he still has the potential to be hurt by his own quirk. But that's the quirk tar. The next one down here is this plant head looking guy, and his quirk is photosynthesis. Basically, this plant or bulb on his head will open out and it will absorb sunlight, and when it's fully loaded, it will open out, kind of like how a Venusaur looks in Pokemon. and he will be able to then convert all of that startup energy in this bulb into a concentrated beam of light, to which he can shoot, but that will use all the energy that's in the bulb, and then he won't be able to use it until he absorbs more and the plant opens back out. But I don't think he'd be very much a combative character. I think he can also use the stored up sunlight energy to either satiate himself so he doesn't really have to eat because he's photosynthesizing, or he can transfer that energy that he stored into other plants or other living like things that can grow. So I imagine he would work like at a flower shop or on a farm or something, so he can like help grow all the crops and stuff, which would be really really helpful for production. So it's kind of like grass or like leaf hair, because I just didn't want to give him just regular hair. This is part of his body, his biology. So, yep, that's the photosynthesis quirk. Moving on, this is the quirk shark. Yep, just kind of like Gang Orca, except the guy's a shark. He'll be able to obviously do anything a shark can do, sniff blood up to like miles and miles away, and he's got his dorsal fin and swim better in water, and he's got like quite a strong jaw so he can bite down and stuff. And I've had an idea for this quirk for a long time, and I didn't really know how to draw it, but I think it looks kind of cool, kind of cute. Just a little shark guy. I was thinking more of like how Mineta is drawn, and I just wanted to draw some like weird, smallish character. So he has the quirk shark. And the final one now is the quirk Claw. I imagine this is a transformation type quirk that would allow the user to transform their hands into giant claws. Similarly, how that girl from Class 1B can grow her hands giant, I imagine this girl or this character would be able to transform her hands into giant claws, whether it's like crab or lobster, sorry. You know, that's what I imagine. I imagine they'll be quite strong, um, enough to like cut through steel. So I think that's really cool. I didn't change much about this sketch because I just really like the way it looks, and I didn't want to change anything. She looks quite musky as well, so I mean, because these claws are quite heavy, so she would have to do a lot of lifting to actually wield these claws to actually make any use of them. And I imagine they could like grab people and cut things, and she could even use the hard shell of the claw to like hit people and like cut wires and stuff like that. That'd be kind of useful as well. Um, or she could just mess around with it and just use these claws to scare people. But that's the quirk claw. Yep, and that's all these quirks that I've designed. Since it did so well last time on my channel, I thought I'd do it again, and I really had a lot of fun designing all of these quirks. Let me know if you'd want any of these quirks, either projection, steam-powered, tar, claw, shark, or photosynthesis. And yep, okay, thanks. See you next time.